Yes. So now we can see that we have taken joint P. Okay, joint P. So here we have force RP. So this is FPQ and this is FPR. In fact, reverse actually. This is FPR. This is FPQ. Okay. Now what all we have? You can see that PDF again. So we have FPR, FPQ, and we are trying to resolve this into horizontal component and vertical component. Horizontal component and vertical component. So see that, so this inclination is 60 degrees. So this is FPQ cos 60. This is FPQ sin 60. Okay. Now let us try to apply the equations of equilibrium. Let us try to apply the equations of equilibrium. Now see, sigma fx is equal to 0. Sigma fx is equal to 0. So all horizontal forces, all horizontal forces, all horizontal forces. Okay, all horizontal forces. What is the vertical reaction acting? 4.5 kilonewton. That is vertical. Now, what are the horizontal forces here? So FPR is a horizontal force and FPQ cos 60. So FPR plus FPQ cos 60 is equal to 0. FPR plus FPQ cos 60 is equal to 0. So that's the first step that we have to write. Okay, and from this, what do we need? We will write the FPR in terms of FPQ. FPR in terms of FPQ. So FPR is equal to minus FPQ cos 60. Can someone say what is cos 60? Can someone say what is cos 60? What is cos 60? What is cos 60? Yes, 1 by 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So that means that is equal to minus 0.5 FPQ. So FPR is equal to minus 0.5 FPQ. That's what is the first step. Oh, very good. Next, what do we need now? Sigma Fy is equal to 0. What is that? Sigma Fy is equal to 0. Sigma Fy is equal to 0. When we apply sigma Fy is equal to 0, see what are all the vertical forces? Upward positive. So here in sigma Fx 0, we tend to take this as positive and this as negative. Okay. So similarly, sigma Fy 0, vertical forces. Vertical forces. Okay. So upward positive, downward negative. So here both the forces 4.5 and FPQ sin 60 are positive. Okay. So 4.5 plus FPQ sin 60 is equal to 0. From this, FPQ sin 60 is equal to minus 4.5. Minus 4.5. Okay, now what is FPQ? FPQ is equal to minus 4.5 by sin 60. What is the answer? You should say the answer. 4.5 by sin 60. 4.5 by sin 60. What is the answer? Yes. So roughly minus 5.2 kilonewton. Minus represent what? Minus represents what? It is under compression. Minus represents the force in the member is compressive. The force in the member is compressive. Therefore, FPQ is equal to 5.2 kilonewton in brackets compressive. In brackets compressive. Okay. So please don't write minus here. If you write minus 5.2 and in bracket compressive, that means minus of minus. So that is not correct, right? Over. Wonderful. So we are moving good and we are moving at a right track. Next, what do we need? We need to go to another joint. We need to go to another joint. So let us try to take the another, and one more thing here. Once we got FPQ, we need to calculate FPR. What is FPR? FPR is equal to minus 0.5 FPQ. That is equal to minus 0.5 times minus 5.2 minus 5.2, that is equal to 2.6 kilonewton. What is this? Tension or compression? This is tension. This is tension. Okay, so that is how we need to, take the things further. Tension. Now, I will take you to the PDF once again to make you understand which joint we need to go ahead. Now, all of you can see on the screen here, we have chosen joint P. We got PQ. We got PR. We got PR. What else is left? QR is left. So let us take joint R. Okay. Let us take joint R. Okay. Now, joint R. Joint R. Now, first, what do we need to do? We need to sketch the free body diagram of joint R. So, what all we have in joint R? This is R. So, here we have R. Here we have F, R, P. Here we have F, R, Q. And here we have inclination 30 degrees. Okay. So, this is the free body diagram for R. Free body diagram for R. What is the reaction at R? The reaction at R is 1.5 kilonewton. Now, what do we need to do? We need to resolve this force into equivalent horizontal and vertical. So, what is this force? FRQ sin 30. See how simple this problem is? And this is FRP cos 30. FRP cos 30. What do we do? What do we need to do now? FRP sin 30, FRQ sin 30, FRP cos 30. So now we need to apply sigma Fy is equal to 0 because we already know what is FRQ. We already know what is we need to calculate FRQ, right? So see FRQ, this is unknown. So to get FRQ, what do we need to take? We need to take sigma Fx or sigma Fy? Sigma Fy only. So sigma Fy is equal to 0. That implies 1.5 plus FRQ sin 30. 1 second. Yeah. So FRQ sin 30 is equal to 0. So FRQ is equal to minus 1.5 by sin 30. Can someone say what is this value now? 1.5 by sin 30. 1.5 by sin 30. How much are you getting? You should let me know. 3. Compressive or tensile? Compression? Yes, compression. So this is minus 3 kilonewton. Therefore, FRQ is equal to 3 kilonewton in bracket compression, in bracket compression. Therefore, what are we doing now? Member, member, force, member, total force acting, and nature. Okay. So what do we write here? PQ, PR, RQ. So how much we got PQ? 5.2. And it is compressive. It is compressive. And how much we got for PR? 2.6. And this is tension. And how much we got for RQ? 3. And this is for compressive. So this table also should be sketched at the end. Force in kilonewton. So everyone should sketch this table to get a clear understanding of all different types of forces in this truss. Okay. So this is about the first problem. So now you see how simple it is. So how are we trying to solve now? We are trying to solve a truss problem just by sigma fx is equal to 0 and sigma fy is equal to 0. That's it, right? And we are not going to add anything out of it. We are not going to bring anything out of the concept. Sigma fx 0, sigma fy 0, over. We are getting the forces in all the members. Okay. So now let us move on to a very interesting second problem. It's a very good problem, interesting one, and it's a challenging one also. Okay. So let us try to see how to solve that problem. Okay. So please go through the previous problem steps once, and we will make use of the same step for the second problem also. Okay. Now, so analyze the truss shown in figure. Analyze the truss shown in figure. Second problem. Analyze the truss shown in figure using method of joints. Using method of joints. Okay. Now we will go to that problem. So this is an interesting problem and a typical problem also. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is the problem. Okay. This is the problem. And we need to sketch the supports. So these are the forces acting on the truss. Okay. So we have truss dimensions also. We have truss dimensions. Okay. So let us try to write the dimensions of the truss and the forces also. Okay. So we have three forces, two vertical forces, 6 kilonewton and 2 kilonewton. 6 kilonewton, this is 2 kilonewton, and this is 2.4 kilonewton. Horizontal force is 2.4 kilonewton. Okay, so this height is 3 meters, and this height, these dimensions are 2 meters, 2 meters, and 2 meters. Okay, so this is how we need to frame the truss. So this joint is joint A, and we have other joint as, in fact, 1 second, just a moment. I think, yeah, roller is at the end. Okay, roller is at the end. I have just sketched it in between. Roller is actually here. Sorry for that. Yeah, roller is here. So this is joint B. So we need to analyze this truss. Okay. So before going into any other further process, let us first sketch the free body diagram. You will get a clarity. Where do we need to calculate the reactions? Where do we have a horizontal reaction? Where do we have vertical reaction? So we will get some clarity on how to solve the problem once we get the information regarding the free body diagram. So now solution, free body diagram, free body diagram. All of you, please attentively look into it. See how many joints we have. So many joints we have. Each and everything should be carefully looked into. Okay. Let us name it as. So this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. C, D, E, and F. Okay, all of you carefully see now. See how carefully we need to sketch it. Correct, no? Everything, every joint should be carefully be looked into. We cannot overlook any joint here. Every joint is equally important. Correct, no? Because see the joint D here. So this will connect here. This will connect to F somewhere. And it has to connect to joint A also. Let me sketch like that. So that is joint C, joint F. Very carefully sketch the free body diagram. So this is for F and this is for A. So see here, this is C, this is A, this is F, this is B. And at E, you can see here, this is D. So this is E. For this E, and we have the horizontal also. We have horizontal part, and here also horizontal part, and we have this part, this part. Now all the forces are in tension. All the forces are in tension. Now our job is very simple. Just sketch this 2.4, this, and all are in tension only. All are in tension. So this, this. Put arrow mark everywhere. Every force is in tension. And here we have 6 kilonewton. And here we have 2.4 kilonewton. And at bottom, sorry, this is only 2 kilonewton, not 2.4. I have sketched it, nobody had corrected me. This is only 2 kilonewton at the bottom. Okay. So this is the free body diagram for the entire truss under consideration. So what do we need to do for this truss now? We need to pick a joint correspondingly and try to take each and every step forward. Try to take each and every step forward. So first, let us try to start with the joint C. Start with joint C. But we need to calculate the inclination. So this inclination is theta. We need to calculate it. Okay, can someone say how do we calculate the theta? Can someone say how to calculate? So when you are trying to calculate the theta, it means that you need to calculate the value of inclination of the truss with the help of horizontal and vertical dimensions. Horizontal and vertical dimensions. Okay, start with joint C. Tan theta is equal to how much? Opposite side by adjacent side. So which means you see here, this is theta, this is 3 meters, this is 2 meters. So tan inverse 3 by 2. So tan theta is equal to 3 by 2. Theta is equal to tan inverse 3 by 2. That is equal to 56.3. Now write down what is sine theta. Sine theta how much? Is equal to sine 56.3, and cos theta is equal to cos 56.3. Okay, sine 56.3, which is 0.83. 0.83. Cos 56.3 is 0.55. 0.55. Now once we get the sine theta and cos theta, our process becomes very simple. Okay, and here we have one more theta in this direction also. This theta is also again same 3 by 2. So sine theta and cos theta. Now let us take the joint C for finishing of this problem continuously. So if you take joint C here, what all are there? We will sketch it. Okay, so this and this, and we have, oh, before that, before going into joint C, we will do one thing, because we need to calculate reactions also, no? So calculate support reactions. Calculate support reactions. We are following exact steps only. First step, free body diagram. Second step, geometric properties and where to start the joint. Third step is calculation of reactions. Now at pinned connection, actually we have HA and we have RA. And at B, roller, we have RB. So in order to calculate the reactions, let us try to take sigma x is equal to 0. Sigma x is equal to 0, or sigma fx is equal to 0. In your language, sigma fx is equal to 0. So how many forces are there horizontally? So let us try to take that this direction is positive and this direction it is negative. Okay, one direction is positive, another direction is negative. So what all we get from this now? So HA is acting left side and 2.4 right side. See that here? Therefore, minus HA plus 2.4 is equal to 0, and HA is equal to 2.4 kilonewton. Then sigma Fy is equal to 0. Okay, sigma Fy is equal to 0. In this, downward negative, upward positive. So what are all downwards? 6 and 2 are negative downwards. So minus 6 minus 2 plus RA plus RB is equal to 0. So RA plus RB is equal to 8. RA plus RB is equal to 8. Now sigma MA is equal to 0. Taking moments about A. Here clockwise is positive, anti-clockwise is negative. Clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. All of you should see on the screen what are all the forces coming. The first 2 kilonewton. 2 kilonewton is anti-clockwise. So 2 kilonewton into perpendicular distance is 2. So minus 2 into 2, and again this 2.4 at the top. 2.4 at the top, clockwise height is 3 meters plus 2.4 into 3. This is clockwise. I will say this is clockwise, anti-clockwise. 2.4 into 3. Okay. Next, what are all there? RA will not come. We have 6. 6 into distance is 2 meters, vertical force, clockwise, plus 6 into 2. And then we have RB. RB into distance till A, 4 meters, anti-clockwise, minus RB into 4 is equal to 0. So RB into 4 is equal to minus 4 plus 7.2 plus 12. What is the value of RB, you say? What is the value of RB? Yes, correct. RB is equal to 3.8 kilonewton upwards. Okay. And how much is RA? RA is equal to 8 minus 3.8, that is equal to how much? 4.2 kilonewton. 8 minus 3.8, that is 4.2 kilonewton. Okay, next. Wonderful. Both are upwards. Now we will take joint C now. Now we will start with joint C. All of you see now, at joint C, we have FCD, we have downward force 2 kilonewton, and FCA. FCA, FCD, and downward force. Okay. Now let us try to see how we can take forward joint C. So here FC, what is there? FCD, FCA, FCD, this is FCA. Okay, and we are trying to resolve it into horizontal and vertical components. So this is FCD cos 56.3, and this is FCD sin 56.3. Correct, no? Theta. And this force is 2. Okay. Now, let us say that sigma fx is equal to 0. Now, same process. FCA plus FCD cos 56.3 is equal to 0. FCA is equal to minus FCD cos 56.3. That means how much is cos 56.3? We have calculated 0.55. So minus 0.55 FCD. FCA is equal to. Okay. Or we can write like, see, actually 2 kilonewton is given in the problem. This is given in the problem and it is downwards. 2 kilonewton is the load given in the problem downwards. You can see at the jointed C. Okay. Yeah. So, or we can write FCD is equal to 1.818 minus 1.818 FCA. In both ways we can write. Okay. Now sigma Fy is equal to 0. Downward is negative, upward is positive. Okay. Okay, I'll write it here. Downward, negative, upward, positive. Okay, minus 2 plus FCD sine 56.3 is equal to 0. So FCD is equal to 2 by sine 56.3. How much? What is FCD now? 2.4. FCD is equal to 2 by sine 56.3. That is 2.4 kilonewton. Tension or compression? It is tension. Correct. Now, we already know the relation between FCD and FCA. So FCA is equal to minus 0.55 FCD. That implies into 0.55. You will get 1.32. So minus 1.322 kilonewton. That means FCA is equal to 1.32 kilonewton. Compression or tension? Compression. Compression. Okay. So this is how we have to solve it for joint C. After that, we should keep on moving to another joint. Okay. Just a second. So we will continue the remaining part in the next class. Okay. Thank you all.